recording. Now, there are two ways you can build a website. There are two ways you can design a website. You can design a website online, or you can design a website offline. I repeat myself, there are two ways you can design a website. You can design a website online. You can design a website offline. You can design a website online. You can design a website offline. Now, if you want to design a website online, you need these requirements. If you want to design a website online, you need these requirements. Number one, you need a hosting account. You need a hosting account. Number two, you need a domain name. Domain name is the name of your website. Yeah. Number three, you need data. Number three, you need data. Number four, you need your laptop. Number four, you need your laptop. And number five, you need other themes and plugin. So these are the things you need if you want to build a website online, or if you want to design a website online. Now, if you want to design a website offline, which is what we are going to do, if you want to design a website offline, you need these requirements. Number one, you need a local server. Now, a local server is an offline representation of an online server. I come again. A local server is an offline representation of an online server. Remember earlier on we said if you want to design a website online, if you want to design a website online, you need a hosting account. Now that hosting account, they will give you a cPanel, that is your online server. But if you want to use offline version, we are going to use a local server called XAMPP. How do you spell XAMPP? X A M double P. I come again. How do you spell XAMPP? X A M double P. That is a what? A local server. Now it serves as if you are online. You can be viewing your website as you are designing it. It looks as if you are online. That is a local server. Are you getting it? So it's either you call it a local server or XAMPP, but the professional name for it is called what? A local server. Now, for the purpose of this class, we'll be building or teaching us how to build a website offline, in an offline way. Now, once you are done building your website offline, you cannot deploy it online. Funny. I see you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, after building your website offline, you can now what? Deploy it online for everybody to see it. Is that okay? So, but whatever we'll be using right now, we'll be doing right now, we'll be building offline. Funny 88, thank you, sir. Now, guys, the only way you can support us is by gifting us, all right? So feel free to gift us. Feel free to gift us. So we'll be building our website in an offline way. Now, I repeat myself, what are the requirements if you want to build a website offline? What are the things you need? Number one, you need a laptop. Number two, you need a local server. Number three, MD Moon, thank you. Number three, you need a WordPress file. Number four, you need an editor. You need an editor. Now, what is an editor? An editor is that software that enables you to edit some of your codes. An editor is a software that will enable you to what? Edit your codes, because we'll be doing what we call database connection, and we'll be using an editor for that. Now, an editor, we have different kind of editor. Number one, we have what we call Sublime Text. Two, we have what we call Notepad++. plus plus. Number 3, we have atom. We have atom. Number 4, we have VS Code. We have VS Code. And number 5, we have Dreamweaver. We have different kind of what? Text editor. So these are the things we are going to be using in building our website offline. Now, having known that, in our previous class, I made mention of what we'll be doing in our previous class. I made mention of the word WordPress. I said we are going to do what? Build a website using what? WordPress. Funny 888, thank you very much. I said we are going to be designing a website using a what? A CMS. Who can remind me what is the meaning of CMS? Someone should remind me. What did I say CMS is? Or was? I said CMS is what? Motivational. Thank you. Thank you very much. Content management system. Now, I made mention of some examples of content management systems. I made mention of up to 4. Can someone measure them for me? Or can someone list them for me? I made mention of some examples of content management system. Can someone list them for me? Can someone list them for me? I made mention of some examples of content management system. Can someone list them, please? Someone should list them. Let me see if we are really following. Nobody. Nobody. Mr. Smog, are you here? Mr. Smog, are you here? Funny 88. Motivation. Ah, motivation, come and collect this for her. Take this for her. They no no. Take. Collect it from my hand, please. Collect it from my hand. Mr. Motivational, collect it from my hand. I measured WordPress, Joomla, Square, and Wiz, and so on and so forth. Now, I said for the purpose of this class, we are going to teach what? Mugata, welcome, I see you. But I said for the purpose of this class, we are going to use what? WordPress. Now, I now gave an assignment. I gave an assignment. I said submit it. I said submit it on our YouTube channel. I said what is WordPress and what can you use WordPress for? Yeah. Now, WordPress is a content management system. WordPress is a content management system that enables you to build a website. Now, let me tell you the history of WordPress. Now, initially, we have what we call WordPress.com. And WordPress.com, it was limited. You can only use it to build what we call blog sites. You cannot use it to build any form of website before. But some group of developer in WordPress community sat down and they're like, yo, how do we advance this very framework so that it can accommodate every other thing? Then they now introduce what we call WordPress.org. They now introduced what we call WordPress.org. Pay close attention. I am going to ask question. Now they now introduce WordPress.org. So with WordPress.org, you can build any website of your choice. So meaning with WordPress.org, you can build any website of your choice. So it's just like an application, a web app that enables you to what? Carry out designs. Yeah. Now, there are difference between wordpress.com and wordpress.org. I come again. There are difference between wordpress.com and wordpress.org. Now, in wordpress.com, you will not be able to access your database. In wordpress.com, you will not be able to access your database and some of your file. Are you getting me? While in wordpress.org, you have full access to your database and your files. That is the most important difference between wordpress.com and wordpress.org. Wordpress.com is limited. WordPress.com is limited, while WordPress.org contains everything. So in this class, we are going to be using what we call WordPress.org. We are going to be using WordPress.org. Now, having said that, how do you now start building a website? Before you start building a website, offline, now you must have all these requirements to measure. Number one, you must have a local host. Number two, you must have WordPress files. Then number three, you must have your laptop. Now, number one, we are going to download what we call XAMPP. So the first thing is for you to download XAMPP. How do you download XAMPP? Everybody look at my screen, please. Go to Google and type XAMPP like this. If you can see my screen, drop an emoji. If you can see my screen, drop an emoji. If you can see my screen, drop an emoji. If you can see my screen, drop an emoji. All right. Okay. All right. Let me continue. Now, you must understand what is XAMPP. You must understand what is XAMPP. I'm going to post it on the comment section. Yes, check the comment section. I just dropped it on the comment section. Check the comment section. I just dropped it on the comment section. That is the meaning of XAMPP. Now, first of all, here, we are going to download XAMPP. So once you are here, you are going to hit on this download. Now, it all depends on your system bit. If you have 32-bit or your system is 64-bit, you download it according to your bit. If you are using Windows or you are using Linux or you are using Apple, you download your XAMPP. I already have XAMPP downloaded, so I'm not going to download it again. But what you are going to do, you will come here, and if you are using Windows, you download the XAMPP for Windows. Download either of these XAMPP. Download it for Windows. If you are using Linux, download for Linux. If you are using Apple, download for Apple. Now I have already downloaded my own. Let me show you my own. I have already downloaded mine. So if you've downloaded your own, this is how it's going to appear on your system. As you can see my screen, you see that I have XAMPP here. I have XAMPP there. Yeah. Now the next thing you are going to do, you are going to install that XAMPP. Like I told you, XAMPP is a local server. So after installing the XAMPP is going to act as an online server for us, so that we can be able to carry out our design. Now, what you want to do, you want to install this XAMPP. Follow the process and install this XAMPP. I have already installed my XAMPP, so let me bring out my XAMPP. Now, after you've installed your XAMPP, what you're going to do, you are going to open it. Now, if you open your XAMPP should look like this on my screen. If you open your XAMPP, after you've installed your XAMPP here, after you've installed your XAMPP, guys, no, you cannot use mobile phone. It's laptop. I have addressed it before. It's laptop. Now, after you've opened your XAMPP should look like this. This is what your XAMPP should look like. This is what your XAMPP should look like. Your XAMPP should look like this. Everybody, if you can see my XAMPP, if you can see my screen, what can you see? Just type what you are seeing. Type what you can see. Give my phone. Type what you can see on my screen. Look at it here. What can you see? Type what you can see, guys. Can you see the XAMPP on my screen, guys? If you can see the XAMPP on my screen, please type I can see the XAMPP. If you can see the XAMPP on my screen, type I can see the XAMPP. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you very much. You are right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Now that you can see the XAMPP, the next thing you are going to do, we are going to start two things. We are going to start Apache and MySQL. I repeat myself. Immediately you start the XAMPP like this. Immediately you start the XAMPP like this. You want to start your what? Apache and MySQL. So on this action, click on Start. Start your Apache and click on Start on your MySQL also. Now, as you can see, I have started my Apache and I have started my MySQL. Now, one is going to run on the background as a local server. The other one is going to run as a what? A PHP MySQL file. So meaning I want to be able to access my database and I want to be able to also access my what? Use it to access a what? Like a local host. So I repeat myself, once you open it like this, the next thing or the action, start your Apache and start your MySQL. Now we are done with step one. We are done with step one. Now we go to step two. We go to step two. We want to connect our database. We want to connect our database. Now we have installed our local host, we've started our Apache, and we've started our MySQL. The next thing right now, we want to connect our what? Database. Now, what is a database? Someone should tell me what is a database. What is a database, please? Someone should tell me, please. What is a database? Ah, yeah, what are you saying? Can you repeat step one? All right, step one. Go to your browser and type XAMPP. Go to your browser and type XAMPP. Go to your browser and type XAMPP. Now, once you type XAMPP, click on download and download the XAMPP software according to your system. If you are using Windows, download XAMPP. If you are using Windows, download XAMPP. Yeah. Now, once you've downloaded XAMPP, your XAMPP is going to appear like this on your system. Your XAMPP is going to appear like this on your system. What you want to do, click on install, double click on it and install it. Now, immediately you are done installing it, yeah, your XAMPP, open it like this. Open it and your XAMPP should open like this. Now, immediately your XAMPP open, we have different modules on your XAMPP, but we want to start two modules. The module we are starting is Apache and MySQL. So on the action, click on start. Start Apache and start MySQL. Now, guys, pay close attention. You must make sure you start it. If you did not start it, the browser will not recognize that you are running your design on a local host. Are you getting me? So what you are going to do, you start the two. We have done step one. Now we move to step two. We want to connect our database. And I said, what is a database? Andy, thank you, everyone. You are right. A layman language, I'm going to break it down to the simplest form. A database is a container. A database is a container where informations are stored. A database is a container where informations are stored. Please, I will not repeat step one again. I've just repeated it. Don't worry, you will watch the recorded video. I am recording the video. You will watch the recorded video, please. Please. Thank you very much. A database is a container where informations are stored. So meaning anything you are seeing on a website, they have a what? A database where all those informations are stored. Now, any dynamic website you are seeing has a database. Are you getting me? Whether be it dynamic and be it static, they all have a what? A database. Are you getting me? But there are some static websites that are just purely HTML and CSS. You don't need a database for that, yeah? But any other dynamic website all comes with what? You must have a database for it. Is that okay? So now, having known this, the next thing we are going to do, we want to go and, download some files we'll be using. I made mention of we are going to use WordPress and the rest. So the next thing you are going to do, go to your browser again and type wordpress.org. Go to your browser and type wordpress.org. Now, in this wordpress.org, we are going to download other items we'll be using, other tools, other files, other web applications we are going to be using to design and connect our database. Remember, we've downloaded our local server. Now, the next thing is for us to download our files. Now, to download your file, go to Google and type wordpress.org. Wordpress.org. If you can see my screen, tell me what you can see. Can you see WordPress publish your passion? If yes, type yes. If no, type no. If you can see my screen, can you see get WordPress? If yes, type yes. If no, type no. If you can see my screen, what can you see? Can you see wordpress.org? Can you see get WordPress? If yes, type yes. If no, type no. Let's go, guys. So nobody can see my screen. Nobody see my screen. Is that what you are saying? Can you see my screen? Are you for real? Nobody see my screen. So I'm just talking to myself alone. No, we are downloading the files. I say if you can see my screen, what can you see? Can you see wordpress.org as a URL and get WordPress? That's what I'm saying. I want to make sure I am carrying everybody along. I want to make sure I am carrying everybody along. If you can see my screen, type yes, you can see my screen. All right, Aya said yes. Alpha Abdullahi. Okay, now you can see it. All right. All right, let me continue. Now we are on step 2. Let me check Telegram people. What are they saying? Hold on, let me check Telegram people. Let me reshare the live for them. All right, guys. All right. Now, step 2, download all the files you need. All right, no problem. Download all the files. Go to your browser, download your file. Now, once you come to your browser, you look at where we see Get WordPress. Click on that Get WordPress. Now, click on that Get WordPress and download it. Look at Download WordPress. Click on it and download it. Click on it and download it. Can you see? Click on it and download it. Click on it. Click on the Download WordPress and download it. Now, once you have downloaded it, who said it's lost? We are downloading our file. We are downloading our files. We are downloading our files. We've not connected database. We are downloading first. We are downloading, please. See, this is the hardest part. If you can learn all this part, every other part is simple. This is the hardest part. This is the hardest part. If you can get this part, yeah, every other ones are simple. Every other ones are simple. If you can get this part, every other part are very simple. So please follow suit. Please follow suit. Now the next thing, you are going to hit on download. You are going to hit download. Yeah, you are going to hit download. Now, having downloaded this, we are not done. Having downloaded this, we are not done. Now we want to download other files we want to use. Now come to this search bar. Come to this search bar and search what we call Elementor. And search Elementor. Now search the Elementor. Now once the Elementor comes up, you are going to download that Elementor. Now this is my Elementor, so I'm just going to click it. I'm going to click it, then you are going to download this very Elementor. I already have Elementor, so I'm not going to download it. I will leave it like that. Now let me explain what is Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. So this is what we'll be using to design our website. Are you getting it? WordPress is just like a framework. Are you getting it? WordPress is just like a framework that houses anything we'll be doing. Now, Elementor you are seeing right now is a page builder. This is what we'll be using to build the website. Are you getting it? Now, the next thing you want to hit what? Download. Download this Elementor. Is that okay? Download the Elementor. Now, once you are done downloading the Elementor, we are going to download one last thing. We are going to download one last thing. Are we together? We are going to download one last thing. Yeah. Now we have downloaded our WordPress, we have downloaded our Elementor. So the next thing we are going to download, search for what we call classic editor. Search for what we call classic editor. Now click on this first one. Click on this first one like this and download it. You are downloading this very first one and hit the download button. Now if you've downloaded this, if you've downloaded these three things, we are good to go. Then the third step is to go and connect our what? Database. Step one, download your local server and start your Apache and MySQL. Step two, download all the files you want to use. Now, step three, we want to connect our database. Step three, we want to connect our database. Now, to connect your database, what you want to do, you go to your computer and you click on local disk. Go to your computer and you click on local disk. Now, remember we installed XAMPP. Remember we installed XAMPP. So if you click on that local disk, among the folders you are going to see, you are going to see a folder called what? XAMPP. You are going to see a folder called what? XAMPP. Now open that XAMPP, double click that XAMPP. Now if you double click that XAMPP, you will see some folders. Don't be confused. This is the hardest part of working offline. If you want to work online, you will not need to do all this. But working offline, it saves your what? It saves your data. Because if you want to work online, you must surely use data. So working offline save your data. So this aspect is the hardest aspect. If you can cross this aspect, everything will be easy for you. Now let's go back. Now you click on this. As you are seeing this folder, you locate a folder that is called htdocs. You locate a folder called htdocs. I have typed it on the comment section. htdocs. Locate a folder called htdocs. I have dropped it on the on the chat section. You can download it from the browser, you can download it from wordpress.org. It's all the same. You still see the same thing. Now, having done that, locate your what? That htdocs. Now, what is that htdocs? If you are working online and you get a cPanel, there is what we call public HTML in your hosting account. Now, it is that public HTML, the word public, that will enable everybody to see your website. Now, as you are building that website offline, nobody is seeing it. Oh, you are the only one seeing that website. So if you want the whole world to start seeing that website, you must take it online, then upload it to the folder called what? Public underscore HTML. Now, in the offline version, what represent public underscore HTML is that htdocs. Is that what? htdocs. So now it is from this place we are going to create a folder, and all those files, we downloaded, we are going to bring them there and extract them. If we are still together, please, I want you to write, I am still with you. If you are still with me, write, I am still with you. All right, Hulaba, Hulabe. All right, Samuel, I see you. Okay. All right, last born. D fashion, how to build a website is what we are teaching. All right, you are still with me. That's good. All right, that's good. Let me continue then. Since you are still with me, let me continue. All right, Alpha, I see you. If your network is bad, don't worry. We are recording the class. If your network is bad, we are recording the class. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll post the replay later on our channel. Then you'll go and watch it. Don't worry. Just follow up. Just follow up. Don't worry. Just follow up. I am taking my time to break everything as easy as I want you guys to learn it. Yeah, I am breaking it down very easy for you people. I am breaking it down very easy. That's why I'm taking my time to explain everything for you. Now let's go back to class. Let's go back to class. Now, remember we downloaded some files. So this is the place where we are going to use our files. Then we will now go to step 3 to connect our database. Now, I will go to where I copied those files. I'll go to where I copied those files here. Then I am going to copy those my files. Now, first of all, I'll copy my WordPress file like this. I'll copy my WordPress file. Please follow me. Please follow me. Yeah, thank you very much. Guys, the only way you can support us is by gifting us, all right? Now, I'll copy the WordPress file. I'll go back to that my local disk and that HT doc. I'll go back to that my HT doc. Now, you remember I copied my WordPress file. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to paste it here. It's as if I already have it. Okay, I already have it here. So now I have pasted it here. The next thing I am going to do, I am going to unzip that WordPress. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. Remember, the WordPress file is zipped. So the next thing we are going to do, we need to unzip it. We need to unzip it because it is inside there. We will now paste every other file. So the next thing we are going to do, no, I did not type it. I just opened it. The HT doc is already there. Giant. The HT doc, if you click on your local drive, you click on your XAMPP, the HT doc is already there. You don't need to type it. Just double open it and paste your file. Hope that's okay. Now let's go back to class. Now what I'm going to do, I will right click and I will unzip my file. I will extract it and I will unzip it. I will extract it and I will unzip my file. Now, the reason why you are unzipping your file is so that we can, start working on our project. Because we need to paste other files inside that WordPress folder. Because that is what we'll be using right now. So let us unzip our file. Yeah? Let us unzip our file. Now, if you check, we've already unzipped our file. Let's go and search for it. W. All right, look at it here. Look at it here. Now, the next thing, you are going to double click and open the file. Now, if you double click and open the file, I typed what? I typed word. No, not word, not word. It's word. Please don't worry. After the class, you can ask questions. Please, after the class, you can ask questions after the class. Just write out your questions. Write out your questions. Now, I have my file. If you open the WordPress file, you see that there is another file inside here. So what you are going to do, you are going to cut the folder, or first of all, rename that folder. Rename that folder to anything you want to name it to. So I'm going to rename the folder. I will rename it and I will call it, let me call it TikTok. I'll just call it TikTok class. I'll just call it TikTok class. I'll call it TikTok class. Let me rename it and I'll call it TikTok class. TikTok class. If you open this kind of folder or is open. Okay. The folder is open somewhere. I'm not okay. Sorry, it's still extracting. It is still extracting. It's still extracting. So after that, you have to rename that folder, then cut that folder. You cut everything, cut the folder, and take it back to that HTDoc and paste it there. Is that okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename that folder, then I'll cut the folder and take it back to the HTDoc. Let this thing finish. Okay, almost done. All right, we are done. So let's go back. Let's go back and rename it now. So I am going to rename it here. I'll call it TikTok class. Yes, now the next thing, you cut it like this, go back to your htdoc and paste it here, and we are done. Then delete the previous folder. We are done. So right now, this is where we are going to what? Connect our database. This is where we are going to connect our database. So the next thing you want to do now, you want to click on your browser, go and click your browser and type localhost slash. Now you are going to type what? php my admin, and you hit enter. You are going to type localhost slash php my admin. If you check if you check the comment section, I just pasted what I just typed there. I just pasted what I typed there. Localhost slash php my admin. If you check it now, you see it there on the comment section. If you check it, I just dropped it on the comment section. Localhost slash php my admin. Now it is going to open like this for you. This is your database. This is where you are going to create your database name, and we start doing our major work. Is that okay? Now if you can see my database, if you can see something like php my admin my database, please, I want you to type I can see it. I want you to type I can see it. Please go to the comment section and type I can see it. Go to the comment section and type I can see it. All right, Abdullah, I see you. Abdullah, I see you too. If you can see it, go to the chat section and type I can see it. All right, Abishan. All right, I'm going to continue. I am going to continue. So right now, the next thing, we are going to create our database name. The next thing is for you to create your database name. Yeah. The next thing is for you to create your database name. Now, the next thing you are going to do, look at this place, they write new. Look at this place, they write new. You click on this new. Now you see where they write create database. You see database name. Now make sure you type a name you can remember. Do not type anyhow name. Type a name and do not give space. It is case sensitive. Don't use capital letter. Let everything will be what? Lowercase. Type a name you can remember. Do not use space, but you can use special character. Maybe like name underscore me. You can do something like that. So what I'm going to do, I just want to create the name of my database as TikTok name. Then the next thing, click on create. Click on create. Now, database are made of what? Tables and rows. So now we are going to create, the system is going to auto create a table for us. Now, after installing our file, it will what? Store information inside this database. Now, right now, if you see our database, it is empty. There is no table, there is no field, there is no data at all. So right now, the next thing we are going to do, we want to go and connect our database right now. We've created our database. Now, remember I told you that we are going to make use of an editor. Yes. So now we are going to make use of editor. Now, go to browser, go to your browser and type Sublime text like this. Type Sublime Text, click on it like this. Click on it like this. Everybody look at my screen. What can you see? Tell me what you can see. Everybody look at my screen and tell me what you can see. Everybody look at my screen and tell me what you can see. Everybody look at my screen. Go to the comment section and type what you can see. Go to the comment section and type what you can see. Go to the comment section and type what you can see, please. Yes, I know the writing is too small. I know. I know it's too small. But what can you see? It's because you are viewing it with your phone. All right, thank you. You are there. You are there. You can see codes. All right. Now, the next thing you want to download for Windows, click on that download for Windows. Download for Windows. Now, download it and install it. Download the software and install it. Are you getting it? Download the Sublime Text. You can either use Sublime Text or Atom or Notepad++ or VS Code. These are code editors. Download any of the code editors and install it. Now, after you've installed it, go back to our local drive. Now, remember that folder we created? My own is what? TikTok class. Now, open the TikTok class like this. Open the TikTok class and look for a file. Look for a file called what? wp-config. Look for a file. Look for this file called wp-config. Your own might show wp-config sample. Your own might show wp. It is still the same thing. Now look for it and double open it like this. Look for it and double open it like this. Now it's going to open the codes for you. Now on the code, look at from line 21 to line 29. It is what we are editing. Now look at the comment section. We are editing line 21 to line 29. We are editing line 21 to line 29 with the database information we created. Remember, we created a database. Who can remind me the name of the database we created? Let me see if we are following. Someone should remind me. Which name did we use in creating our database? What name did I use? What name did I use in creating our database? What name did I use in creating our database? Someone should remind me. What name did I use in creating our database? Someone should remind me. What name did we use in creating the database? Let me see if we are following. TikTok is TikTok, but you are not fully correct. The database, the database, the database, the database, the database, the database, the database. TikTok class is the name of the folder. Is the name of the folder in our HT docs. I mean the database we created. What name did I use? 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 Mr. Smog, are you still here? Andy, are you still here? What name did I use in creating that database, guys? Una no dey follow me o. Una no dey follow me. Don't worry, you will watch the replay of the video. You will watch the replay of the video. You will watch the replay of the video. You watch the replay of the video. Okay, right. Now, the name we created is TikTok name. Look at it now. We created TikTok name. We created TikTok name. Guys, please follow up. Like I said, this is the hardest aspect. This is the hardest aspect. Connecting your database. When I started learning, what is the name of the editing? Editor or editing. The name of the editor I'm using is Sublime Text. You can use any editor of your choice. When I started learning, in fact, I learned this aspect more than 5 times. I learned this aspect more than 5 times. It took me time to learn it. So please, if you can know this stage, this very stage, if you can know this stage, that is just it. So now let's go and connect our database. Now I'll open my code back. Now the first thing you are going to change is your database name. What is your database name? Remember, our database name is what? TikTok name. Our database name is TikTok name. Now the next thing, our database username, you are going to click the user underscore here and write what we call root. You are going to write what we call root. Now on our password, you are going to clean the password and leave it empty. You clean the password and leave it empty. Now once you are done, you click on save. Once you are done, you click on save. Now the reason why we are using root, right now, it is to tell the system that we want to create a username and password for our admin later. So any username we later choose, accept it as our what username. So but for the now, leave that place blank for us. That is that word root. Now once you are done, you click on what? Save. Now we have connected our database. We have connected our database. Now the final stage right now is to configure our WordPress. The stage 4 is to configure our WordPress. The stage 4 is to configure our WordPress. Now, to configure your WordPress, go back to your folder and type localhost slash. Now, the name of the folder you created, the first time you click on that localhost XAMPP htdocs, that folder you rename. Call the name of that folder. My own is TikTok class. My own is what? TikTok class. Then once you are done, click on enter. Then you click on enter. Now it is going to search if there is any folder or anything called what? TikTok class. Now it will tell the system, localhost, go and search if you will see any folder called TikTok class. Now, because this is where your if statement in programming, there's what we call if statement. Now it will not tell the system if you see any folder called like that. Upon seeing it, open the file. Open the file. But if not, display error. Now, as you can see, it has detected our what? Our setup. So right now, you choose your language and you click on continue. Guys, we are installing our WordPress right now. Now you click on continue and you hit on let's go. Now again, we are going to configure. We are going to retype our database name, the password and that username. Now our database name is what? TikTok name. Our username there is root. We left our password empty. Our database host, we are working offline, so it is what? Localhost. Now once you are done with this, the next thing is to what? Hit submit. Now the system is going to check if there is any database that is connected like that. If upon successful, it will ask you to what? Run installation. So it is successful. You click on what? Run installation. Now we are installing our WordPress. We're almost done, guys. Like I said, this, if you can be able to learn this stage, this is the hardest aspect in working offline. How to connect your database and install your WordPress file. Once you are done with that, the rest thing is easy. Now let's check if we have succeeded, and that is good. We've succeeded. Now the next thing is to put the name. What is the name of our website? We'll call it TikTok class tutorial. So meaning the name of our website is TikTok class tutorial. Now, right now, we want to create a login details for our admin. We want to create a login details for our admin backend. Now, it is from that backend we'll be designing our website. Yeah, it is from that backend. Now, the next thing, you want to create a username and a password. Make sure you create a username and a password. Now, which username do I want to use? I'll use admin. Which password do I want to use? I'll use admin. Then it will show you very weak. Come and click on confirm password. Now, your email. Let me explain this place of email. Since we are working offline, you can use any random email that is not working. But if you are working online, you must use a correct email, because that, boy Lee, thank you very much. Because that is where they are going to be sending you information about your site. Guys, to support us, please, you can gift us. Now, the next thing is to click on what? Put any email of your choice that you like, and you click on what? Install WordPress. And that is it. And that is it. Boily, thank you very much. Guys, the only way you can support us is by what? Gifting us. And that is it. Boily, thank you very much. So now we have installed our WordPress. So look at it. Let's log into our admin dashboard. Now you click on login. Now once you click on login, it will ask you to what was that username and password we created? Someone should tell me, what was the admin username and password we created? Someone should tell me. We just created a username and password for the admin. What is the username and the password? Someone should tell me. Someone should tell me. What was the username and password? Nobody. What was the username and password I created for the admin? I created a username and password for the admin. What was the username and password? What was the username and password? Nobody is answering me. So these people were not following me. What was the username and password we created? Giant, are you here? Joanne, are you here? Andy, are you here? Mr. Smog, are you here? Mugata, are you here? Is it Mutal, are you here? What was the username and password I created, guys? All right. To save time, I'm just going to log in. I created username admin. I created password admin. Now I am going to what? Log into my admin dashboard. Now, as you can see, we have successfully configured our WordPress. Now, we've configured our WordPress. So, this is the time you need to start building anything you want to start building. Now, let's check if our file is up. And as you can see, we have installed our admin dashboard. So, it is from this admin. Now, if you want to view your site now, let's check our site. Let's see how our site look like. Now, as you can see, look at our site. The title of our site is what? TikTok class tutorial. But as you can see, it looks rubbish. Like it looked like a rubbish stuff. It looked like a rubbish stuff, yeah. But once we've started design, you will see that everything will come to life. Yeah. So now, guys, we are going to stop here. we stopped at our admin dashboard. In our next class, we are going to look at all these functions. We are going to look at all these functions of the admin. We are going to look at all these functions of the admin here. So we are going to stop here. We are going to stop here. Let me not bombard you guys with all these things. So now, what did we learn today? We've learned how to what configure our WordPress, how to install our local host, which is XAMPP, and how for us to connect our database and install and connect to what our admin dashboard. Now, in our next class, we are going to learn how you can start building a website. What are the things we need to start building the website? Now that we've configured our WordPress, our admin dashboard is up and running. So now we are going to post this recorded video, this replay on our YouTube channel, and we are going to post it to our Telegram group. So if you are not on our Telegram group, look at my screen right now. Just go to Telegram and type learn with Omateq. Go to Telegram and type learn with Omateq. Then join us. We are going to paste it here. Now, assignment for us. Our assignment is this. Watch this video. Watch the replay of this video. Yeah. Watch the replay of this video and what? Create your admin dashboard. Configure your WordPress and create your admin dashboard. Now, log into your admin dashboard, screenshot it, and send it to our Telegram channel discussion group. And send it to what? Our Telegram discussion group. That is our assignment. All right, guys, I'll give room for questions now. Thank you very much, guys, for your time. Thank you for staying with us. We really appreciate all the effort and, dropping everything you are doing to join us in the web design class of today. God bless you, guys. I'll give room for questions now. Any questions, guys? Questions? I am going to stop the recording. I am going to stop the recording now. Please ask question.